It's the judge that told me to come here, okay?
I didn't sign up for that bullshit!
I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up for this.
Episode 50 freaking 1.
Yeah, we didn't even acknowledge that last week we hit episode 50.
We didn't know.
That's bonkers.
We didn't know until after you were well roasted,
and
toasted.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't watch last week, you need to. You should. And you should feel bad if you didn't, because Marissa got straight roasted.
It was good. It was so good.
That was a fun time.
It was funny to talk to my sister and my friends after the fact, like the following few days.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like just kind of like, oh, is that how we feel? Are we good?
I don't know like how you were able to like do that and be like, this is what I want for my birthday.
I don't know.
Like I've never wanted to be roasted like that.
Like if you can't at least laugh at yourself for a second, I mean, you're just gonna have a tight anus the rest of your life. That's no fun.
It's just
That's no
it's
fun.
Scary. It's scary stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should introduce ourselves. We should get back to normal, how we normally podcast.
Okay.
It's been hard.
I'm Marissa.
I'm Alex. How was your energy?
I think I don't enjoy saying my name. I don't know if I've mentioned that
Do it
before.
again. Say it like you. Say it like.
Hi, I'm Marissa.
Say it like you're making fun of yourself for introducing your name.
What do you mean?
Like in a fun. Like you just did a thing when we were prepping your mic. Do that voice as your name.
No. It's
Hello. That's what she did. That was her mic test.
Anyway, I don't enjoy saying my name.
This is Marissa. And then introduce me.
Oh, this is Alex.
Is that easier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. This is a late night happy hour. Thanks for joining. What are we drinking today?
Sorry, last week we forgot to mention what this week's drink of the week's gonna be, but we're keeping it classic, we're keeping it classy, we're keeping it bougie, we're keeping it nasty. So we're drinking Black Box Cabernet Sauvignon. And I know what everyone's thinking right now. Or I think I know what everyone's thinking right now.
Boxed wine.
Marissa, why are you drinking boxed wine? And my answer is Alex got it to make dinner tonight.
Yeah, we made a
I didn't do shit. You put in the hard work.
it's called
Hold in a hole.
Toad in a Hole. It's a little Irish dish or English dish. I don't really know, but it was dank and it involved a red wine, like onions or whatever it's called, gravy.
Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. So we chose to just have the leftover red wine. But I also love Cabernet. It was like one of my thing. I would solely drink Cabernet.
You are a Cabernet girl, but you've moved.
I've moved. I've transitioned
to the Pinot.
to the Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir, red Pinot. Is that what Noir means? Noir is black.
I don't know.
What is Pinot? Is Pinot mean red? It can't because there's Pinot Grigio.
I don't know.
We don't really know wine, but we like to drink it.
But here we are. Cheers.
Let me choose you. Ting. Ting.
It's like a good fall drink.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what, 3 bottles of wine.
This is wait, no.
Oh.
I lied. It is actually 4 bottles of wine.
4 bottles of wine for $14. I'm sorry. You can't beat that. And it's actually really freaking good.
It stays fresh 6 weeks after opening is what it says.
Franzia, she's shaking in her boots, let me tell ya.
Franzia's got
Ew, you sick freak.
Marissa loves when I do that. This is an aged wine. It's a 2020.
Okay, let's move on.
All right. We just did a Friendsgiving,
Yeah.
which was awesome. I love Friendsgiving.
Isn't it just like the funnest freaking night
It's like you never
for no
Yeah,
reason?
you never think about doing like that with friends, like until you get a little older and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, we can all afford to get a full fucking turkey and all this stuff, and everybody can come and like do a house
Yes.
and like do like
Yeah.
it's so cool, big grown up stuff.
It's just a blast. Like this was the first year where our friend who was hosting and her significant other, we had a fully stocked bar. Like fully stocked. If we wanted to make any drink,
Yeah,
we would have had the alcohol to do it.
anything you wanted.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I was making people fucking Long Island's.
Yeah.
You need to have a lot of alcohol for a Long Island.
It was so fun.
That was cool.
And it's a change because we're always hosting things. So it was really
Yes.
nice to just show up with our food that we made and alcohol and then just like let loose.
And then go home.
And then go home.
And not like obviously you clean up, like you're not a dick, but
Yeah.
like, you don't have to clean the whole house,
Right.
which is the worst.
It was so fun.
I wish we had enough, like, I mean, obviously in the future we'll probably get there to where you want to throw a party and you can like rent out a space
Oh, yeah.
instead of having it at your home, even though it's nice to have it at your home.
I
and
don't know.
host
If we had a
parties, but-
house, like an actual house, not an
Yeah.
apartment, I would love to do parties at the house. And
Yeah.
it's just more intimate and cozy and fun.
No, that's true.
You
If it
know?
was like a house, yeah, like a full, you have a lot, the space.
Yeah.
But then also it's just like, ugh,
I know.
hate cleaning.
You just hire a crew to clean it up.
That'd be an extra level. Like you're at like.
Well, if you're gonna pay for an event space,
I guess, yeah,
I feel like it'd all kind of even out.
yeah. If you could afford the event space, you can afford to stay home and have cleanup crew,
Right.
cater crew. You could cater the whole thing.
Crazy.
Anyways, dreaming. This week we caught up, right? That was basically everything we've done.
I think we're good.
not the most exciting people. We've been frequenting bars recently, though.
I don't know why our schedule is the way that it is.
We're kind of regressing.
I don't think so.
Not like we're regressing our like we used to be like, oh well, we're not gonna go out every night, kind of thing.
We're just more strict, I think, as far as like, or me, like routine,
Sure.
right? And then obviously you don't give a shit, so you just kind of like, like whatever, right? You don't
I'm
care.
here for a good time.
So I
I'm here
think,
for a good time.
do you think the holidays have something to do with it?
1,000,000% that also adds to it. It is getting a little chilly here in San Diego.
At night,
60 degrees, fam.
you need a coat, a little light coat.
Or a heavy one. I wear a coat. I wear a full sweatshirt and long sleeve. So it gets cold. But yeah, we've been like actually going to
Like out.
going out to bars. Like not like we're not clubbing anyways,
No.
but like even yesterday it was a fucking Tuesday night and we're coming home from the gym and we're like,
Well, and it's dark at 6:00. We
Oh,
just got done working
the
out
worst.
and we had to eat dinner. So we're like, I mean, we walking home from the gym, you see hundreds of restaurants and then
Yeah.
you kind of get like inspired.
Because I knew that if the only meal I had planned, which Marissa loves that I do this, I only plan one meal a day and go and buy ingredients just for that meal.
One meal that has 15, 20 ingredients. That's bonkers.
You want me to make mac and cheese every day?
I would not like
Oh,
that.
stop it. So we were about to go home and like I'm like, damn, like now I'm gonna have to like shower and then cook up this 3-hour meal at 6:00.
Right.
And I was like, I really don't want to do that. So then we're like, hey, how about we go to the bar? And then we ended up at
Punch Bowl Social.
Punch Bowl, it's like a game bar.
Well, people in Minnesota should
People in
know what
Minnesota
that
know it.
is.
Texas should know it as well. I think there's one there. There's
But
not
yeah,
that
they have
many, but-
one in downtown San Diego. We haven't
Yeah.
been yet.
So we went there. We played some shuffleboard, which is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Did some We did like the 10. You get to buy like the $10 card to play games, and we go to the picture booth. There's like a little picture booth. You're like, oh, maybe like $3. That bitch was $6.
And it doesn't give you a countdown to when it's going to start taking your photo.
And Marissa's sitting there, and she's like, puts the thing in.
Do you have the photos?
No, but I can toss them on here. You guys can see
Okay.
it. So
we weren't freaking prepared at all.
As you can tell, the first photo here is Marissa telling me.
Like literally looking at him.
Telling me that like, hey, is this really it? And then it flashes. And then I'm like, shit, Marissa, then you looked at me again. We're like, really? I'm like, smile. It's not going to stop. I'm going to pay another $6 for this. It was the dumbest shit, but it was cute. Or not cute.
Yeah.
But that was a fun night. I think everyone should be just spontaneous at times. Even if you do have a strict schedule. Like, it's also good to have a schedule because Marissa is the side that's like, hey, we should probably have a schedule to some things.
Yeah. Which
that helps me because she's like, hey, let's do that. And then I'm the other side of like, hey, Marissa, like, fuck your schedule today. Let's get a drink.
Thank God it evens out. But sometimes I really have to be like, Alex, no, I can't go out tonight. It's a Wednesday night. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, like
I would go out on the weekend.
I'd literally go out right after this podcast.
That's insane.
For a drink, though. But see, our going out's different, though. Because when you're like, I'm going out, I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, if you're
probably wrong.
If you got ready, go out to a drink, like, right after this, you're like, well, I'm going to at least stay for, like, 2, maybe 3 drinks because
yes,
I just did all that work to come out.
Yes.
Whereas I'm like, let's just get out there, have 1 drink, and come home.
See, during that time, I could have showered, washed my face,
laid down,
and got cozy in my bed. I'm not gonna go out to have 1 drink when I can have 1 drink at home. That's dumb.
Yeah, I think for me, it's mostly just getting out of the house.
Yeah.
Which that's what that is. Like, let's go get a drink, just like getting out.
Well, you work from home, so like I get
that's fair.
The need to breathe fresh air.
I take the dogs out now. Like, that's the good thing about having dogs when you work from home is like
you have an excuse to get out.
Yes. I'm like, we're gonna go walk now. Or like I'll randomly just keep going. Like walk.
Oh my God, we have to talk about what happened yesterday on the way to the gym.
Oh my.
I've never been so taken aback and
upset. She was upset as well.
I was upset. I couldn't stop laughing, and I was like completely off guard. It was so fucking funny. I can't remember exactly. Do you remember like exactly like the context of what he said?
Can I tell the story like, fully?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Story mode. Dim the lights. So, Marissa and I are headed out to go work out. Okay, we walk out of our apartment building, and
mind you, again, the apartment's right in front of Homeless Row almost.
Well, there's like there's across the street, there's one sidewalk where there's like basically everyone just kind of lines up there and puts tents and everything. And our sidewalk on our apartment side is not done yet. So they have it blocked off. You can't use it.
Yeah.
But you also can't use the other sidewalk because you literally can't walk on it, which is fine, but you have to go in the street. So we walk on the street and we're going, and there's a guy, a homeless man. He's having a very good time today at that point. And he is standing there in the middle of the road staring at us as we're coming towards him, just yelling some shit. He's first of all hitting on her at first. I don't remember what he was saying to her at first. But he's like, "Oh, what's up? What's up? What's going on?" Like, so excited to see Marissa. And then he's like, gets down in the 3-point running stance in the middle of the road,
like a track and field star.
Yes, he's
like getting ready to do the 100-meter sprint.
He's gonna go fast, barefoot and all, and he is standing. He's in that stance, like looking back, like a linebacker does, about to hike the fucking football. As we get closer and closer, and we're trying to do that classic like peek, don't look, peek, don't look, peek, don't look. And he's yelling like he's randomly yelling shit.
Well, he's like, I'm from, where did he say he was from?
Africa. Well, yeah, he's like, I'm
Like an African track star is
yeah,
what he
he's
was
like,
saying.
he's saying like I'm the Nigerian track, I'm the
Oh.
fastest guy. Like basically he's saying he was Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
That's what he was trying to go for. And he takes a fucking like dollar bill out of his pocket.
A
and
$1
throws it
bill.
on the street next to him is like,
Want to race?
race me, bitch, you know, basically. And I'm like, we're not doing this.
I thought about it. I thought about it for 1 second. Like, why not entertain it? Who
He would have
cares?
tackled your ass. Like, gotcha. I am speed. Like picked you up and ran away with you.
Please, I was probably bigger than him. Give me a break.
But so yeah, he sees Marissa at first, and then he sees like Marissa's not engaging, so then he's upset. He's bored with her.
Yeah.
And then he sees me right behind her. He's like, "Oh, you want to race? You want to race? No, you want to fight. You want to fight."
Oh, he don't want to race. He want to fight.
And I'm like, "Please, no. I don't want to fight, and I don't want to race. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to walk past you." And we're walking, like we get near him. Marissa passes him first, and he's like, "Oh yeah," like says some shit, you know, like catcalling Marissa basically. And then I walk past him.
And if no one knows, Alex has a badonkey donk truck behind him. You got a Juicy Lucy back there. And it's obvious when you're wearing gym shorts. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, see? Go to the side. Yeah. Well, it's dark. If you're listening, Alex is trying to show his physique.
What?
His physique? Is that what it is?
Rising. Physique.
Physique. Physique.
Dang. Facilitate.
Anyway, so yeah, you pass him next because you're right behind me.
Yeah.
He stops talking shit to me and then thinks you want to fight. And then what does he say?
He says something along the lines of, he's like, "Oh shit, he look better than you, girl. He's got the gluteus." The we don't know is something in the middle. The gluteus, the something, and the maximus. And Marissa fucking died.
I lost
And
it.
I'm like, walk.
It was fucking hilarious. He goes, "Girl, you need to drink some water." Thinking that's gonna grow my ass is water.
And then the rest of our walk, Marissa's like
And then I got super insecure.
that homeless man didn't compliment my ass. Like, it's gonna be okay.
I was so offended. I really was. And then I tried to compare asses. I'm like, okay, obviously, like, mine doesn't compare. But I didn't think it, like, should have insinuated an assault. An insult, I mean.
An assault.
Well, an assault on my ass, but
911, I'd like to report.
pretty much. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then, obviously, like, we go to the gym, and then I'm comparing my ass to everyone else. And it's like...
Aww.
He really struck a nerve with me, and
You
I
have a
was
great
just,
butt, babe. I love it. I'm here for it.
mine will never be as juicy as yours, and I have to come to terms with that.
No, mine's a fat.
It's juicy.
It's fat.
It's
I was
not.
a fat boy as a child, where it came from. So
Yeah.
I never worked for it. It's been there.
I'll never forget. That was fucking hilarious.
The things you have. So yeah, now Marissa's been wearing like really short pants. Where is he out there?
The gluteus and the maximus.
That's fucked up.
So good.
I was still a little afraid though, because we were in his running lane at that point.
Right.
I'm like, is he gonna start sprinting behind us?
I really thought he was.
Like he's gonna catch up and try
Do we,
to
like,
smack my ass.
Tuck and roll. Oh, he could have.
That's what I thought. I'm
He
like,
very well could
like,
have.
I'm gonna really have to fucking roll out of this into the glass in the street, because that's all there is in the fucking road. It's half asphalt, half glass. from
And you
shattered
couldn't have really
bottles.
like done anything though.
No, like I'm not gonna fucking attack the guy. He's
No.
obviously on something. Like
Yeah.
he didn't know what was going on. Like not a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, we really had no other option. It was like we got to face this head on or fly
Turn
over
around
him.
and stare at him. He'd be like, what?
Yeah. Funny.
Good times. Anyways, not good times. Let's jump into the fucking news.
Okay.
Let's go for it. There's two big cases going on, right?
Yes.
we'll cover one right now because I have not been focused at all on the other one
Same.
because all my energy is on the first.
Yeah.
And I think then I'll transfer because the other one's very long. So, Kyle Rittenhouse,
Mm-hmm.
little bitch boy is what I like to call him.
Such like it's so frustrating how controversial this topic is just
Like,
because of
how?
how divided, and obviously that's the point. That's democracy or whatever the fuck it is. People are going to naturally have an opinion based
Yes.
on the things that they've seen, right? Perception is reality.
Yes.
But what it comes down to is what?
What do you mean? What does what come
The
down to?
case.
The case in itself?
Yeah.
And I don't know what you're trying to give me. It's I feel like I literally just felt like I was back in fucking school for a second there. Like Marissa just was the teacher, like, and then we are now what? And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say. What the fuck?
No, it's a self-defense case.
Self-defense.
And what prosecution is basically saying he put himself, so he was what's the word? Instigating.
I don't know the legal jargon of it, but yeah.
He basically knew that he was going to be put into a bad situation, and so like therefore how is self-defense a defense?
Right. How can he claim self-defense when he went there with intent to use deadly force?
Right.
Which is like, that was initially last year when this happened. My argument to people right when it happened, because obviously it was the talk of the town, you know, they're like, well, what do you think about it? I'm like, if a school shooter went into a school to shoot people, chickened out, or you know, whatever word you want to use for that, was like never mind, I don't want to do this anymore, but still had the gun and was walking away, someone else seeing that, I believe, has the entire right to take that person down. And if if the school shooter then shot someone who was trying to take them down because they were scared, they're still in the fucking wrong.
Yeah, they can't claim now self-defense.
Yeah, because you went there to do something bad. Just like
Right.
if you're going to rob someone and then you walk into the jewelry store and realize, never mind, I don't want to rob you, and they shoot at you, they don't go to jail. You came there to rob them.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it works. So you can't go there to this city with intent to fucking shoot people and then be like, well, I shot people. That's what happened.
Yeah, and overall, it's just like a messy, disorganized trial to begin with. The judge, if he doesn't get disbarred, I'd have absolutely no faith in Wisconsin, or maybe even the criminal justice system altogether. But it just feels like from the get-go, there's been a bias, and unfortunately, I feel like that's been kind of the attitude surrounding the case.
100%.
And so, like, in what other case would you not include a victim's or a defendant's character? You have video footage of Rittenhouse going into a bar, drinking beer underage, first of all, and then getting high fives and kind of like making light of killing two demonstrators. How does that work?
Oh, and then also,
but that doesn't get admitted into evidence.
Right. So this is what she's saying, because the judge, basically, if you didn't watch any of this, the judge said all of that. Conjecture is not the right word, I don't think, but everything before and after that would happen in context do not belong in the courtroom. Which, if you've watched any other fucking court hearing in your life, they completely do, because that is what cases are based on, is context.
Mm-hmm.
Literally everything is context. That's how you get away with things or don't get away with things. Context. But anyways, he said no, none of that stands. But then, like, you have a video, like, basically they're like, the prosecutor's first attack was going to be, Intent. He went there with intent to do it based on previous video of days prior where he literally said, if I had a gun, I would shoot them to people looting a store, to one person.
But that
looting a
statement
store.
wasn't admissible, first of all. So that sucked. Couldn't be used.
Right. He, yeah, I was saying things that they got rid of.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Where he's like, no, you can't talk about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he took that out. And then the video what you just talked about.
Him
or
at the bar.
pictures. And then
There's a video.
The video, and there was photos with his shirt that said Free Kyle. He's wearing his own shirt saying Free Kyle.
Oh my God. His face alone.
Doing the OK symbol.
Means white supremacy.
In context, which I think is big. In the context of where he was doing it, it's obviously fucking white supremacy. And the judge's like, no. You can't prove context or whatever the fuck he's going off on.
So if Kyle wanted to say he was in Unicorn Land, Unicorn Land would have existed.
Kyle could have done the fucking Hail Hitler salute. And it would have been like, you can't prove that it was because he was doing Hail Hitler. He could have been doing a different salute.
To what?
He could have been doing the flight.
Flap a fucking flyaway.
He could have been doing like the flight where they're bringing the plane in. No, is he on a runway? But that no context, ma'am. You cannot prove he wasn't bringing a plane into the bar. Okay. Anyways, the case was fucked up from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you were saying that as of recording this is Wednesday, November 17th. This will come out tomorrow morning.
So this is currently day 2 of jury deliberations, and there has yet to be a verdict,
which I think is good.
It's kind of freaky.
I think it means they're thinking. No?
I think there's two. I'm gonna place a little bet here. Let's do a bet. Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah.
Okay. Can I finish my fucking sentence?
No.
For freaking criminy, what is wrong with you?
You can swear in the podcast.
You're not allowed to have wine anymore. You're off your rocker. Let's place bets.
She spills one glass on herself.
There's a holdout. 2 people. 2.
How are you gonna figure that out?
I think some research study 2 years from now will come out or something.
That's for 2 years.
Or like, what is it? I think after 20 years, jurors can disclose their identity or something. I don't know.
I literally have no clue.
But yeah, I think it's 2. So that's why they're holding out.
Why
like
2?
We can get 2 more people to switch. We'll have a unanimous decision of innocent is what I think is why they're holding out so strongly, because they think that they can flip 2 people's opinions.
You think that most of the jury thinks he's innocent?
Yeah, he's in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I think it might be a half and half.
Literally split.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who the jury is? What it makes, whatever the fuck, whatever it's made up of?
I don't know I know it's mostly white.
The majority of white.
But what are the age groups?
I'm not sure.
But that would really determine it for me, I think.
It's mostly gun activists. And
what do you mean most? Like half gun activists or like 90%?
So more than 50.
Okay.
And then there's, which is a weird, but I guess valuable background is that a woman on there was terrified during the demonstration, during the pandemic.
What do you mean?
Like she was terrified for her life during the pandemic.
During the pandemic or during
the demonstration. I'm not going to say it again.
You literally just changed your answer twice.
No, I didn't. Like she was terrified for her life during the pandemic.
Or during the demonstration?
The demonstration during the pandemic. I said that the first time. Demonstration during the pandemic.
So you're saying during the Kenosha, like the 3-day event?
Yes.
Not during the pandemic. Okay, I'm confused because you're saying
someone stabbed me in my fucking
you're not allowed to have fucking
during the pandemic. During the demonstration. During the pandemic.
Wine.
Grab a fucking ice pick and shove it up my nose.
Lobotomy her.
I'm over you.
Please. I'm just confused because I didn't know if you were saying that she's like a COVID like fear nut, like hiding in her house all of COVID, or you're saying that she was at or near lived in Kenosha at this time. That's what was asking you because you said two different things, so I was wondering what you meant. Oh.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get what you said now. You said that she's an old lady that lived in Kenosha that was walking down the street with her cane. That's what you're fucking telling me right now. During fucking flames were flying past her face, and then Kyle was like, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she's like, "Are you a medic?" He's like, "I am a medic and a police officer and a doctor, and I'm here to fuck shit up."
Exactly.
That's what you're telling me. Okay.
That's exactly right.
Fair.
So
This is what love is, by the way.
with that being said, I think it's a 2-person holdout. You said half and half. You already said that.
Say how many people are on it, first of all. I don't even know.
12?
Wasn't it 12 to start?
No, it was 18.
There's 18, so he pulled 12 names.
You pulled 5.
There's only 5 people deliberating. So you're saying 3 are in, 2 are not.
No.
Out of the 5 people that are choosing the sentence,
I
how
don't
many?
think he got to choose all of. I think he got to choose 5.
He chose the whole thing. So
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Why would he only choose 5? Let's just do a quick Googie. Hold on.
Okay.
Play music. Dance to it.
Okay. Tuesday, when he allowed Rittenhouse to draw numbers from a tumbler to select the 6 alternates and set the final 12 jurors. The alternates will remain at the courthouse in case they are needed.
Okay, so he only drew the alternates. That's what I'm
Okay.
understanding from that.
That's exactly what that means.
Because I thought he drew the actual jurors at first, which makes it look. I mean, it still doesn't fucking make sense.
They started with 18 people and then narrowed it down
Can
to
we
12.
talk about that for a second? Sidebar it.
I don't know how that works in Wisconsin.
I do, just because I read about it. The county clerk is who fucking pulls names. Why did they let Rittenhouse pull names?
Because the judge is Rittenhouse's grandpa.
And then the judge went on today to say on his like fucking interview that he's going to seriously reconsider having televised court hearings in the future. How fucking dumb you are, judge. Anyways, I don't think you have to worry about that, though. Honestly, I don't think he has to worry about it because I don't think he'll be a judge for long. But back to the main thing. So we're saying there's 12.
Yes.
Okay, so 10 of them are like he's free. 2 of them are kind of on the fence.
That's what I think.
I believe that it's probably more. I don't think it's that far. I think it's maybe.
You said 50-50.
Yeah, it's like 6 to 6, or maybe like 7 or 8 people are like he's innocent. I don't know that, like, obviously I don't know the fucking demographics of fucking Wisconsin. I mean, we grew up in Minnesota. We already don't like Wisconsin, so this isn't gonna change anything. You know, I still don't like Wisconsin. But
you know what's so funny? I guess let's change tunes before we wrap up here. But I think we've always had issues, or you've run into issues yourself being in Wisconsin as far as like racism and like other like old ways of thinking. And yeah, they've left a bad taste in my mouth when we've gone. And like, this doesn't surprise me that this is happening.
What is that word though? What you're just saying? Like, that's our experience. What is that called? Like, obviously that's just our experience. That doesn't mean Wisconsin is like that. I know you're not saying that. Well, might be hinting it, but there's a technical term for it. That is like, I mean, like you were saying, I was kicked out of 3 separate bars because of fucking, not because of myself, but
obviously you're a white man.
People were being racist towards people I was with, and then they got mad at all of us because we're like, why are you being racist? So, but that's just my experience. I mean, it could be different. I guarantee there's probably people in Wisconsin that are like, I've never experienced racism ever, you know?
Who?
There could be people of any like demographic or minority that
I
could
find
say
it
that.
very hard to believe.
You,
I do, and maybe in like what's
I'm
the
not gonna call
city
people out, but we've met.
in
Okay, go ahead.
Wisconsin?
What city?
Madison,
There were the
like
colleges.
Madison, Milwaukee, like sure, excuse me, like any other city in any other state are going to be more diverse. Like that's a given.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be like, oh, not all in the middle of nowhere suburbs don't have racist tendencies. 'Cause I think they do.
please don't confuse like what I think maybe the vibe you got from me was thinking that there isn't any racism. There 100% is. 100%. Everywhere. There's 100% some sort of racism everywhere in America. I believe that as a fact.
Okay.
I was just saying that I don't think everyone there is racist.
Who said that?
Like
What's the point in saying that? I would love
those,
to know.
like those jurors, like just assuming like that they're all like that. I'm not saying you were, but some people do. Like some people are like, oh, they're fucking Wisconsin.
That's not what I was saying.
I just said that's not what you said.
I know, but then maybe I'll make myself clear. I don't think it's because they're racist and dumb. I think the laws pertaining to your rights to guns and the safety of yourself and how you're able to use them in Wisconsin plays a huge role in how jurors perceive the self-defense case.
I could see. So you're basically what you're saying is like because of how they view weapons and guns, like the Second Amendment. I don't know why this keeps turning off. You are like, okay, you're like, they might perceive this case as something that will take away those rights or
Yes.
diminish those rights so that
Yeah.
if they do vote against it, then that's going to infringe on them.
Yes.
That makes, yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm just wondering
Because in this case, it's not like it was a race issue, right? That I believe that both of the victims were white.
Yeah, it was. I don't think this was a race thing at all.
It's now coming strictly down to the Second Amendment, your rights to self-defense and bear arms and all this other bullshit. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But in addition to our experiences in Wisconsin have been race-driven.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah, I think it's it's a fucking storm of fucking issues that's all on once, and this old ass judge can't handle that because he also can't figure out pinch to zoom on a fucking camera. So, I don't know. Do I have faith in Wisconsin? I don't know. All I know for sure is, when we talked about this, the justice system is just really fucking weird as shit. Fucked up.
Well, people know that.
Yeah, right. Like, how are you choosing, like, these 12 ass random people get to decide this?
Well, that's through jury selection, which alone is a very, I think, biased process.
People don't, but kind of explain that, because
I think it really depends on the case, civil versus criminal, and who and how the attorneys go about picking the jurors. So
what does that mean? Because some people don't know. Like, I didn't know this until a few years ago, that you don't, like, when you get selected for jury duty,
you don't just get to be a juror. Yes. Yeah. So you have to go through like a screening process, basically. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong, please, but it involves both the prosecution and the defense, and maybe even the judge, but I don't think so.
Okay.
But there's also jury screening experts too, who assist the attorneys. Yeah. And maybe that's like a psychologist or a doctor or whoever. And they're going to ask you certain questions to see how you think, what your beliefs, your opinions, your values are. And then if they think that your values, opinions, and beliefs don't align with what they want their verdict to be, you're not going to be chosen to be a juror. So like Ashlyn, our friend Ashlyn, for example, she was selected to participate in jury duty. She was screened, and they found out that she has analytical thinking skills and said, no. Like, thank you for your time. You're not going to be a juror.
Yeah, like, comes down not just to your beliefs, but your education level, how you're able to interpret things. But you're more, like, than you're more versed in understanding all of that. Like, what would you say then? How could you change that process? Would you even keep it? Would you even keep jurors as a thing, or would you have like 3 judges instead?
Oof. I think jurors are an important part of the criminal justice system. I really do. I think I have faith in jurors. Not many
Why?
people do. When I think of the power alone that judges have for one person,
Mhm.
it's their perception and their perception only. You're up against a great deal of pressure and having to provide knowledge to tailor. Everyone knows you tailor your story to meet the judge's expectations. Everyone knows, oh, this judge likes this judge is this way, this judge is ornery, this judge is liberal, like, you know what I mean? So you're going to tailor how you, I guess, tackle a case based on the judge's personality.
Yeah.
Whereas a jury, you have no idea who these people are, and they should vary in their degree of how they view life. That's the whole point. You may not get the judge's opinion in your favor, but that doesn't mean that 12 other jurors don't understand context in life and being like a human being. I think judges are so obviously like ingrained in the law that they forget that they have a person standing right in front of them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's how jurors kind of, I think, separate that.
But I think this, I don't know if you think this, there's a huge like barrier as well just with jurors though understanding law.
That's why they get jury instructions.
But how do you, like you just said, right? You have a friend that got booted because she has analytical thinking skills. And like maybe that's the full truth, maybe it's like that could be the full thing, right? We can't say for sure that's why, but
yeah.
So, but if they pick a lot of people that don't have those skills, how do you expect them to understand jury instructions?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they have to know how to read.
Yeah, but again,
I mean, jury instructions are very clear. They have to be very clear. And I think there's like a reading age that it has to be.
Okay.
I believe it's like 9th grade or something, reading level.
They have to have comprehensive skills.
Yeah. Yes. But the issue with trials like these, and what a lot of people argue, is the influence of the media.
Yeah.
And are already having outside influence.
Oh, 100%.
How do you can't take that out of a jury's mind? They've already seen and heard things,
Do you think it's okay? Like, again, I'm asking you this because you know a lot more about like.
I know very minimal.
Well, about sample sizes, population, and everything when you're polling, right?
Yeah.
Results. If you only take 12 people out of the 100,000 in Wisconsin to try a case there, are you actually getting a good representation of the American people?
No.
So, like, shouldn't it be you're taking 12 people out of everyone in America? Would that be not a better demographic? Because you're still polling, like, let's say, maybe Wisconsin's not the best, whatever, but like, if the example, but like the Bible Belt, you take any 10 people out of 1,000, and there's like a 90-something% chance that they are very religious.
Yep.
So you will always be polling people who are very religious.
Right.
You can't really get rid of that.
Yes.
And those cases will always be tried that way. How do you like?
It's so tricky because then you have to take into consideration every state has their own law. Now you're polling people from different states who then have already been accustomed to their own laws and rules and regulations. And then is that creating a bias too?
So
towards what they think should be the law and what shouldn't in that state?
I understand. Yeah, I wasn't thinking at all about that. So that's a good point. State laws, different. It's a state case. You should poll the state.
Right.
Agree with that. Do they do that? I maybe don't know the answer to this. I don't know. Do federal cases, when they have a jury, do they poll?
I have no idea.
Or is it only people in that?
In that.
Because that'd be weird
location.
too. Because doesn't the federal cases, if I'm not mistaken, they set precedent throughout the nation.
Well,
right? Like a federal Supreme. Well, the Supreme Court is the one who does. There's no jury, but
Like, yeah, aren't there federal
there's
rules?
federal cases.
But like states don't necessarily have to follow that.
With laws, like at our level, federal law always trumps state law, but the state doesn't always have to enforce the federal law. Just
Okay,
like
that's what I was
California with
getting at.
weed.
Right.
The federal government can still come here, and they do it occasionally. The FBI comes
And
in
so this
and
is illegal.
busts people for weed
Yeah.
at a federal level.
Right.
So yeah, I don't really know, but I don't know. But court wise, I don't know if there's like a federal. I don't think I've ever watched like a federal court case.
Well, tying it back to Rittenhouse, the issue is it's a majority white jury. I'm sorry, that doesn't represent unless everyone's
that
white
represents
in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean maybe
Give
it
me a
does.
break though.
But back to your point of the state, maybe it does represent the state.
That's not fair. That doesn't represent the state. So one black person in Wisconsin doesn't deserve representation to use their voice in a jury.
I get that. I get what you're saying. I was saying just based off population, like demographic, like maybe it is 90% white.
Sure.
So the jury should be 90, like not should be, but is 90% white because that's Wisconsin. Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. Not that it's right, not that it's okay, but that it like based on like sample sizes and all that fucking whack ass science I don't need to know about that she needs to know about. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, like that doesn't help anybody. I mean, it obviously helps the person that is in that group.
Yeah.
Or Kyle is in that fucking group of white and a gun enthusiast. Like I'll throw it out. I'm not like against guns. However, I don't also think that at this point right now in my life, I do not believe everybody should have a fucking gun. I don't believe that should be a right in America that you get that. Just like a driver's license. You shouldn't just fucking get it. It's not there. The British are not coming. Okay? We're done with that. You're fine. And if you think that, well, I still have a gun because I'll protect myself against the government, like fuck you will. Doesn't matter how many guns you have, you're not going to go against the government. I'm sorry. No matter how upset you are with them, there's no way. They have nukes. They have fucking fighter jets.
I'm not going to comment on this. So
you don't have to. That's fine. I'm not asking you to like have to state a position on it. I'm just saying for myself, like it just isn't. That's dumb. It's fucking dumb. Like even though I'm okay with guns, like you can go to I think you should be able to go to a shooting range and just have fucking fun. Sure, I don't care. But like, should you be able to go to a protest with a fucking AR? No, never. But anyways, I think we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that, guys. I hope
Kyle?
you guys can rest your heads easy after listening to this.
Hope you go to jail, buddy.
Next week. What's the cocktail of the month next week?
What should it be? So we've done a folly cocktail. We did mine. We did one of yours. I forgot what that earlier one was. And then last week we did your espresso martini.
Mm-hmm.
We just did a black box wine. Let's get weird. Let's do something different. Like I don't want to do a champagne, but we haven't done a champagne.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because next week will be our Thanksgiving
Oh,
episode.
Thanksgiving episode. Champagne.
Yeah, I think
Let's
it
do
calls for a nice bottle of champagne.
Beautiful. Well, that was fun. We had like an actually good talk here. We are planning on, and I did mention this last week, but again, as Marissa said, I just fucking went off the rails and just kind of butchered everything I was thinking in my head. We are going to start kind of doing like some live streaming, either after our episodes or like another day of the week, where we'll get a little more into like our feelings politically.
Yes. So the goal is, and you guys have been through the ringer with us. We have no idea what we're doing at any time, but if we could do these, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, like I don't know what you would call it, just like voice podcasts, And then at the end, we'll let you guys know on whatever day that week that we'll be streaming live on Twitch. You can already know in advance by listening, and then come join us on Twitch later in the evening.
Yeah,
it's gonna be more of like our late.
Yeah, it'd be the late show, the late night happy hour.
Yeah,
and I think what we'll do too, what we could do, because obviously we've also tried to put out these. So what you're saying, we're doing like actual pre-recorded episodes, which is this right now.
Yeah,
this is a recorded episode. Our live episodes on Twitch and also be on YouTube live. We're doing both. We could also let's just say tentatively as well, because I don't want to say that we're gonna be able to tell you a week ahead of time what day we're gonna go live at night, because we don't even know when we're recording most of the time. We will follow us on fucking Instagram and TikTok and whatever else you fucking like, and we'll tell you when we're gonna go live.
Yeah.
And because we're trying to just be flexible, guys. We're late 20s. We have a late 20-year-old right here. Okay? I'm still a baby. I'm having a good time.
Whatever.
Late 20s over here. She's old. It's good bedtime.
You know what's been so fun about Twitch?
What?
Is there's, what is it called? Like an option. Like, what's the category that we always do?
Just chatting.
And people just ask us weird ass fucking questions.
Yeah, jump on.
It's so fun.
We, you know what? We might do it now. For this, you won't be able to see it, but I'll throw it on Instagram. So if you did notice it, then that's why you're there. Last night. As of right now, last night.
Yeah.
But as for this, we love you. I love you.
I love you guys too, and we'll see you next week.
That's the first time you
Get your
said you loved
champagne,
them.
babies.
Oh my god, that's so cute. Okay, bye.
Bye.